Hi, welcome to another edition of We Love Funkos. Today I'm going to tell you about the type of Funkos that I collect because I know there are millions of Funkos out there, anywhere from Naruto to One Piece, yet there's only particular ones that I like or that is close to my heart. Now one of those close to my heart would be the Twinkie. I still haven't found a Twinkie box. I think it's been thrown away. But I love eating my Twinkie. Another Funko that I like are my Wednesdays that was on top of these Funko boxes. But I put them away because they're worth more than $50. And one is even worth $165. So, oh, also if you haven't downloaded the Funko app, that's the blue background with the crown, highly tell you to download that on your phone. Because once you download that, you can get a bottom line estimate of how much your Funkos are worth. And they keep a tally of how much your Funkos are worth via price. I'm not sure how much my Funkos are worth altogether because it's just the Funko app. It's not even the store value. But like Grumpy the Cat, I think maybe it's worth about $17. And then Movie Mascot from Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, I think maybe it's worth maybe about $17. 17 or 20. Um, and then that Alexis is worth maybe about 40. Again, that's just the bottom line. If I were to sell it for whatever price on eBay, I probably could get it. Because those are the most popular characters, the WWE, the Geico, Gecko thing, and of course, I love my Pennywise, and I'm into clowns. As you see, I have a lot of different Funkos, but only certain one gets to me in my heart. Like I have this Smokey the Bear. Because it reminds me of simpler times when I used to watch cartoons, and then Smokey would come on and he would say, "Only you can prevent forest fires." Now on the back of this box it says, "Only you can prevent wildfires." But before then, he would say, "Forest fire." So as you see, I have a lot of clown Funkos. I have some House of Dragon Funkos because I like the new episode. I don't have any Game of Thrones, but I've been looking into getting some Game of Thrones because I've seen some of them jump in prices rather quickly. I also like cartoon characters like Wolverine. Like I don't know if you can see between that. I have Taskmaster from Avengers, and then I have a Wolverine without his mask. And I have Georgie Porgy holding his bolt, the one he lost before Pennywise killed him. And then I have the Haunted Mansion. And I have the KFC guy. Although it's not the Chase version. The Chase version would be with him holding a cane. This one, he's just holding a bucket of chicken. Watch my last video that I did. I talk about how you can determine if a Funko is going to be worth anything. Because I know these are made out of plastic. They're not really made out of gold. Yeah, but there are some ways to tell if they're going to be worth anything. And if you're like me, you're investing these Funkos for long-term purpose. Now, long-term would mean 20 years down the line. Now, if you have an autographed Funko, 20 years down the line, that Funko would be worth some money. Or if you have an error box, maybe with it says Battlestar Galactica, but instead of having the guy Lieutenant Starbucks, it has that robot guy. That would be considered an error box. And of course, if you have a box that's been autographed by a particular celebrity, like I have a Mary Elizabeth Winstead box. I was actually trying to look for the Mary Elizabeth Winstead Funko for when she was in the movie Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. But I couldn't find anything, or anything in my price range. So I found one where it was where she played the Huntress in the Birds of Prey. And it was reasonable. It was only like 40 bucks. I mean, now if you look to get an Elizabeth Winstead Funko autograph, they're like maybe $100, $200, $300. So I actually scored on that one. Or I got the Soup Nazi, and right now I'm trying to win the bid for the George Costanza. I thought that he was a great character in Seinfeld. Maybe not as great as Kramer, Cosmo Kramer, but he was still great. And don't forget, when you get your Funkos, you need to put them in plastic. Maybe a hard shell plastic that's made out of real hard plastic shell. And then you just put your Funko in and you close the lid. Or you can buy, what I have is soft shell covers or protective cases. That's what most of my Funkos are protected in. Now the soft shell is really excellent because they protect it. Even if it falls, it'll protect your Funko up to a point. I mean, you can't always drop your Funko, but it will protect it to a point where there'll be no damage. And then there's also the blood splatter protective cases. Blood splatter are good for anything where you might have a horror icon. I have a Michael Myers signed by James Jude Courtney. He's in a blood splattered protective case. And Kirk Hammett's in a protective case. Blood splatter. If you don't understand why, you don't get my joke. Anyway, this is Michelangelo for We Love Funkos.